Yeah, hey, Senator, I wanted to ask you quickly, what have you heard back regarding your concerns about the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau? Yesterday, the director was touting some of the group's accomplishments, but I know you had some concerns about some of the data that this group was collecting, and you wanted some answers. Have your concerns been addressed, and can you update us on that?
Well, first of all, thank you, Ken, for bringing that issue back to the forefront. We haven't discussed it a lot in the last few weeks, and so I appreciate the opportunity to. The short answer to your question is no, we do not have answers yet. However, we are moving forward, and I'll just remind everybody that at my insistence, the Government Accounting Office has initiated an audit of the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, and that audit is now aggressively underway. It's a very thorough audit where they are talking to both the people and the institutions being regulated and the people who are inside the agency doing the regulating to evaluate whether they are undertaking their activities within the scope of the law and with adequate preparation and protection. To remind everybody what we're talking about here, the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau is a new agency which was created by Congress in the Dodd-Frank legislation, which I referenced earlier, that was crammed through Congress without negotiation. And this agency was created ostensibly to protect the consumer. It was given phenomenal power. The director of the agency does not have to come before Congress other than one time for a confirmation, and does not have to ask Congress for his budget. He goes under the law directly to the Federal Reserve for hundreds of millions of dollars of budget money to operate. So that traditional protection that Congress has of controlling the purse has been taken away. It's a single director. There is no political balance in the control of this agency. And what this director has at this point decided to do is to collect financial data on all Americans in order, supposedly, to study it and determine how to best protect them. That means that they are seeking to collect virtually every credit card transaction that Americans engage in. What we understand and expect to find out is that they are also collecting the same kind of information about mortgage transactions and mortgage payments, student loan transactions and student loan payments, and who knows what other kinds of financial transactions that Americans engage in. My point is, we don't need yet another very powerful and unresponsive federal agency collecting that kind of financial data about Americans. And I don't think that that kind of data program is necessary for the agency to meet its mission of protecting consumers. So, again, to answer your question, Ken, there are not new developments, but the investigation into this is heavily underway. And I think, frankly, that it's impacted by the revelations we are having about the other kinds of data that the government is collecting on Americans that, in my opinion, should cause all Americans to step back and take pause about the scope of big data that the United States government is collecting about their individual